Pmap will not pay for this, but you know, when you are here in Astoria, you should order for the bibingka. I think the one, ewan ko na muna ako picturean ninyo kasi I'm talking about the bibingka eh. Ako tingnan mo, dapat may regalo ako sa Astoria. Even before, during my time, if you want to eat bibingka, it has to be that restaurant in front of Malati Church. What's that restaurant in front? Aristocrat. That was during my time, and my time was actually in the 80s. In the 80s. Then in the 90s, when you want to eat really nice bibingka, you have to go to Manila Hotel. Oh, no. Yan po ang ating Presscon, ha?
Mamaya, giveaway natin yung
Presscon. Now, your time, if you want to really eat nice bibingka, it's Astoria.
Yeah.
If you don't know that, you're not reading Inquirer's lifestyle section. Yun pala yun.
May napoprotesta.
Okay, we always have to start on a lighter mood, and that is my brand. Even yesterday, I was in an event. It was so serious, but I told them learning is fun. And this time, let's coin it, Presscon should be fun. Presscon should be fun. We got lots of problems in the world, concerns in the world. We are going to talk about problems later on, but you always have to look at the brighter side of life and look at the ray of hope from all these concerns in our journey with what you call sad life here on earth. Parang nagmumukha akong veritas nito. Okay, now let me introduce myself. I am Jesse Francis Rebustino. If you have your kid, so nice for Pmap to prepare a very nice prepared kit. Thanks to our media coordinator, Pearly Malcoy. You have there, I will introduce to them later on that one of those in the kit is at the left, second page. I think on the second page is my face. Okay, I am Jesse, and in 2011 I was the president. When you know when you are not the president anymore, you are relegated to be the moderator.
Hindi na mo.
Before I was a president, I was actually the barker. I used to be the raffle boy, but now I enjoy it. So there is what you call a succession plan in Pmap, and there is what you call a career in Pmap. Okay, before I introduce to you the panel, let me call on the media partners who are here. I just hope you have taken your lunch already. We have here CNN Philippines. Yeah, hey, can wait please. Then we have RHTV, Manila Broadcasting Company. Manila Bulletin. Yes, sir. Then of course we have Radio Veritas, yes. News 5 and TV5. People's Television, PTV4. And Daily Tribune. Okay. Filipino Bloggers Network. Okay, great. And of course, Philippine Star. Thank you very much for being here. Let me introduce our panel here. You have here in the kit a longer version of who they are, but I'm just going to introduce them quickly. Leftmost is Mr. Efren Alberto. We call him Ka Efren. He's actually from Baguio. He used to be a people manager of the year. He's from Hoop Controls Corporation. He's currently a member of the Pmap Board of Trustees, and he's in charge of the Labor Policy Reforms and Industrial Relations Committee. He'll be the one to give the presentation later on. Then we have with us also a fellow Bicolano, Uragon, attorney. If you have some problems with your with your careers and then problems in relations in your companies, you can call him. Yes. Attorney Ray Destura is a committee member of the Pmap Labor Policy Reforms and Industrial Relations Committee. Yes. And the middle is actually a very friend of mine. She is, and we call this, one of the boss of Pmap, of Pmap. I was thinking of Pmap. She is now the vice president of Pmap, that's the People Management Association of the Philippines, and in charge of the national convention that will be held in Cebu, come July 17 to 19. Okay, and then beside her, to her right, is our board secretary, the Pmap board secretary, Careful, is also with media. He's actually a, what do you call that? Not a broadcaster, a DJ? A host. Yun, a host. A radio host of DWI. It's Pinoy. Kaya mo yan. What time? Every Monday. Every Monday? Okay, every Monday. 7 to 8 p.m. So I ask everybody to tune in Monday, 7 to 8 p.m.
May plan.
Hindi yun kasi, woe to you. Yung suto tayo are with the media, you are not abreast. Yes. Para malaman. You know, in my subdivision, my best friend, yung pinaka-chismosa, I'm always abreast. And then, rightmost is that Our Lady of the Media. She's the media queen. She's from, I have to mention it right. I have to mention it right. It is, kasi magagalit yan. It's RHTV. A Manila Broadcasting Company. But you know, I love her. You have to really befriend her. Kasi during what do you call this, yung tinatawag natin na aliwan, if you want to get a free pass, that lady. Because sa Star City rin, oh. Di ba may mga anak ka at gusto mong pumunta ngayong weekend mo yun? Yes. Kaya friend ko siya. Mahal ka ng pagpasok sa Star City. Ganun po ang taga-media, may network ka. May network. Kaya ito.
Friend, gusto ko lang sabihin sa kanila na pag pupunta po kayo sa Star City, magsabi lang po kayo, pasasakayin ko kayo sa Giant Jubilee. May libre pa pong bulburo.
Wow! Oh, ay, gano'n.
Para hindi kayo makasigaw.
Yun. So it should be fun and there should be a network. We are here, of course, for work. And then, of course, she's Miss Ellen Folino. Now, let me see what, Pero parang ano kami din parang pag sinanito yung taga-bulletin, parang kami may Miss Pilipinas International and Miss Pilipinas Universe. Si Ellen sa Miss Universe International, si Badet Kunanan. Huwag po natin kalimutan, baka ma-report ako ng ano. Tapos may media king kami, hindi po si Leo po ay Prince. Sabi ko nga, that's why I started with a happy tone, because we have some problems. We call media to help us. You are our partners. We don't actually look at it as a problem because you are trying to look for solutions to that. But you know, Pmap, if you don't know, it's actually in the key. It's the People Management Association of the Philippines. It's a non-stock corporation. It's an association of, before it was called personnel managers. Now we are called people managers, but actually human resource managers. And of course, I would like to mention that our theme is actually both defensive and offensive HR. It's actually part of the human resource strategy. And what is offensive HR? That is keeping our talents, retain our talents with us, and our desire that we are what we call employers of choice. I am very sure MBC, Bulletin, CNN, Veritas, all your HR actually looking into that we are employers of choice, that you will be retained and you are happy working with us. But on the other side, there are some problems as far as regulations are concerned. And this is actually what we call compliance. Okay, so compliance. And part of that compliance is the government regulations. Actually, I got this yesterday, and we have this. Anti-fragility. What is anti-fragility? That is one of the competencies of HR, wherein, aside from the stresses, we can cope with it. And what is this all about? It is SOT. What is SOT? The security of tenure. Everybody is looking into that because they were already a little bit fluxed. That there was a disruption on what we call Department Order 174. And I'm very sure you are updated with that. That is the outsourcing problem. Endo po. Now this time, nalalaman po namin that any moment, ilalabas po yung SOP. Okay. With that, siguro it's high time that we'll have a discussion on the security of tenure bill. And I think it will be presented by KF. Okay? And Attorney Mistura.
Thank you, Vice President Jesse. Gandang hapon na, no? Gandang hapon sa inyo lahat. Okay, in 20 minutes or even less, usapan natin itong Senate bill na ito. Okay. I will make the presentation what the bill is all about, and then present to you yung position paper ng Pmap, yung official. And then we'll have an open forum, reactions from the panelists here, personal opinions based on experience and everything, and then question and answer muna sa inyo. Okay? Is that fair? Good. Okay. Senate Bill 1826. Okay. That's the intent of the bill. By the way, may kopya kayo ha. Diyan sa kit ninyo. Pakilabas lang yun dahil hindi ko naman ilalahad dito word for word kung ano yung mga yan. Just the salient points. Now, the words themselves are in your kit. So, kita yung consolidation na ng maraming Senate bills yan. I think 7 lahat. Okay. Ano ba ito? Ano ba yung ka-importansya nito? Of course, everybody remembers these words. Bagong terminology, endo. And then yung 555. A sardine brand. Pero dahil every 5 months, tinatanggal, tapos rini-rehire, tinatanggal, rini-rehire, para daw hindi maging regular. Yan yung presenting issue na maalala nyo nung election, lahat ng mga presidential bets pinangako, we will end all. Lahat yan. Oh, sorry. Mula yung endo, umibang anyo, naging contractualization. Have you ever wondered kung ano yung dynamics, bakit naging ganun? Ang pinag-uusapan lang naman talaga yung repeated termination of employment and then rehiring. Di ba? Yun lang naman naging issue. Tapos lumaki. Naging issue na ng bagong kataga ulit. Wala sa dictionary yan. Contractualization. Another invention of the Filipino nation for the English language. Contractualization. Sinakop na. Hindi lang yung legal forms of temporary employment, yung non-regular, kagaya ng casual, seasonal. Hirap talaga yung mata ko. Hirap na nagiging senior. Project, probationary. And wala sa labor code yan, pero jurisprudence, fixed term employment. Sa ibang bansa, ang tawag nila temporary employment, contingent employment, contractual employment. Ito yung relationship with employer and employee. Yung trilateral, may kasamang ibang party, yung kontraktor. So tatlo na sila. Ito na yung mga recruitment and placement agencies na hindi na lang sila nagre-recruit, naglalagay ng tao, naging empleyado pa sila ng mga taong linalagay nila sa mga kumpanya. So yung naging labor-only contracting. And of course, yung totoo, legitimate na job contracting. Kontratista ng trabaho, hindi kontratista ng paglalagay ng empleyado. Okay? Ang tamang salita dyan is outsourcing, and then kung ikaw ay nag-export ng produkto mo, offshoring. And ang nasasakot din dyan is what you call the global supply chain. Kasi ngayon, globalized tayo. Lahat ng mga gamit natin para i-assemble natin ng isang produkto kung saan-saan nanggagaling, hindi lang bansa, pero globally. Yung pinanggalingan ko na kumpanya, Mo Controls, ganyan din kami. Kumukuha kami ng pyesa kung saan-saan. Tapos sinassemble sa Baguio. Yung pong ginagawa namin sa Baguio, yung mga flight controls ng aeroplano. Tignan nyo kung ano yung impact niya. Labor as well as economic. Alam niyo naman kung ilan ang mga empleyadong apektado rito. No? Noong una, endo-endo. Pero yung mga empleyado na outsource, milyon-milyon yan. Anong skill level ang mga karamihan na pinag-uusapan natin dito? Ito yung mga, kung ako tatanungin nyo, entry level. Nagkakaroon sila ng pagkakataon ma-employ sa entry level. And then the aspect of labor mobility. Dahil sa totoo lang, yung sinasabing yung trabaho ko forever, hindi na totoo yan. Because of the dynamism of the market and business, nagbabago-bago yan. And of course, your labor also moves as the business moves. Yun ngayon ang reality sa buhay. The impact on organized labor. Don't quote me on this, at may umabang eh. Pero sinasabi nila, isa sa mga factors kung bakit ang union numbers all over the world is going down or has gone down is because of this outsourcing. Of course, meron din mga demographic factors kagaya ng mas bata, mas educated, mas informed ang labor force ngayon, and they don't really care about being represented because they can represent themselves. That's another factor. What's the economic impact? Investments. The BPO actually is an investment in outsourcing. Yung mga kliyente nila kung saan sa mundo, sa US, sa Australia, sa Europe, and even China, yung business process in-outsource nila to countries like us because we have the edge in human resources, especially English proficiency. So they prefer Filipinos. Aside of course from yung sinasabi nilang inherent yung relationship competence ng Pilipino. Magaling pagdating sa relationship. Mababait, magandang kausap. Yan isa sa mga advantage natin. And competitiveness. Kaya sabi ko kanina, the global supply chain. Yung malala nyo yung libro na The World is Flat. Your business goes where it makes more sense. Quality, cost, and delivery. Not just the cost. Hindi lang pumupunta dahil mas mura yung libro doon. Pero of course, the delivery, timing, and the quality that you make. So kung saan mas mabuti yung business, doon pupunta. That's how it is. So the impact of this bill on stuff like that, yan ang implications niya. Okay. By the way, kung may tanong kayo, reserve lang. And Attorney Distura will help me also, especially on the legal technicalities. Like I said a while ago, umugong yung issue ng ENDO nung presidential election. Then after that, if you remember, a long history of government interventions. Ano na yung mga yun? 1802. Pakikuha mo yung mic. 1802.
Yeah, government started issuing Department Order 1802, 18-A, and most recently 174. These are the regulations on prohibitory labor-only contracting.
And then executive order na galing pa sa Malacanang. However, hindi sila makalabas kung ano yung provision ng batas. Ang nangyayari sa kanila with all these department orders, and even Duterte's executive order is just to define what is permissible and what is not. Because meron ng provisions ng batas that are confining what they can do. And these are essentially what this Senate bill is going to touch on. So, babaguhin yung batas. Okay, so you recognize the implication here? Okay. Now, pag-usapan natin ngayon yung Senate bill na yan. The key provisions, you can group it into two. Yung mga amendments nila sa Articles 106 up to 109 ng Book 1. Book 3. Wages and employment conditions ng labor code ito. And then, yung nasa likod naman ng labor code, yung post-employment. Kasi nandun yung definition ng employer-employee relationship, ganyan ba? Medyo magulo kasi ang labor code. Kung tatulungin nyo, the labor code that was codified in 1974 needs to be recodified para mas madali maintindihan na sa dami na ng mga special laws at amendments na lumabas. Okay. Talagang nahirapan. Okay, you don't mind if I step in here? Para naman hindi tayo nakasampalang doon. Okay. Pakitingin ko din yung handout ninyo. This one. Ayan. Isa-isayin natin yan. Nandiyan lahat yung provision. Tignan ninyo yung unang sa Article 106, yung unang section dyan. Definition of labor-only contracting. Dati, puro enumeration and ibig sabihin buong buo yan. Ngayon, ang gusto nila mangyari, or. So, yun ang ibig sabihin. Dati, kailangan para ma-define ka na labor-only contracting, lahat ng mga conditions na yun, nandoon para masabing labor-only ka. Ngayon, any, maski isa lang, doon sa mga conditions na yun, pwede kang ma-define na labor-only contracting. And that is illegal and prohibited. Ano ba yung mga yun? Tingnan natin yung inyong handout. Ha? Itong line 11. Tingnan niyo yan. Ang ECO, yung isang provision doon ng kanilang medyo hindi sila komportable. At actually, they have issued, they have published their objection about it. Kung pwedeng i-veto ng Presidente on the ground, yung definition na maski kung naglagay ka ng tao na ang ginagawa yung activities that are directly related to the business is already ground to consider you a labor-only contractor. So, maski independent contractor, lahat ng mga ibang bagay, kagaya na meron kang capital, meron kang tao, may expertise ka. Pero yung tao mo, ang ginagawa, yung activity ng kumpanya na directly related sa business nila, automatic define ka na illegal labor-only contractor. Okay? So, ang mangyayari mo, tignan niyo yung consequences. Lahat ng empleyado mo, magiging regular empleyado ng iyong kakontrata. Meron pang liability for criminal, civil, administrative. Susumbong ka sa Department of Labor and then hahanapan ka ng kaso ng Department of Labor. And look at the fine. Up to 5 million pesos. And ipapasaran pa. Temporarily or even permanently. Okay? Malaki implication yan. Parang sinasabi, bawal na ang mag-job contractor. Sino ang pwede? Sole proprietors, corporations, associations, even cooperatives, and other organizations, including partnership. Pero tingnan niyo yung requirement para malisensyahan ka. Pag ikaw ay isang job contractor, kailangan lisensyado pa. Ito ang kailangan na may papakita mo. Independent business, separate and distinct from the contractee. Ibig sabihin, maski wala yung contractee mo, buhay ka pa. Dahil ang negosyo mo, hindi naman nakaangkla lang dun sa isang kumpanya. Meron kang paid up capital ng 5 million. And meron ka pang substantial capital investments para sa tools and equipment. Of course, in your organization, you must have the necessary expertise and specialization. Your employees must be regular employees. And ikaw dapat ang kumokontrol sa mga tao mo. Hindi yung kakontrata mo, yung supervision. And of course, yung G&H, administrative yan. Dapat compliant ka sa lahat ng labor, including safety and social benefits like SSS, pag-ibig and so forth. Kailangan ipakita mo na compliant ka with the certificate coming from these agencies. And you must pay a license fee of 100,000, good for 3 years. Hirap. Matindi yung requirements na yan. Ang comment ko dyan is pinapatay yung mga startups. I can tell a personal experience. Doon sa kumpanya namin, meron mga complicated machinery, computer numerically controlled machine tools. Maintenance, napakahirap kumuha ng magaling mag-maintain yan. So ang ginawa ko is to develop people na magkakaroon ng sariling negosyo na yun ang gagawin. So, nagsisimula na yan. They were underway for training, capitalization, everything. And then dumating ito, yung mga batas at saka regulasyon. So, we have to stop it. Anong nangyari sa kanila? Tigil yung proyekto, kinuha na lang sila ng empleyado. So, imbes na sila ay may sarili ng negosyo na may promise pa na maging international ang kanilang business, naging ordinary employee na lang sila. Okay? May bago na siningit, the right of employees of job contractors. Dahil nga sinasabi daw na pag ikaw ay empleyado ng kontrata, yung contractual, yung mga bayad mo, yung mga working conditions mo, mas mababa, no? Even below the legal standards. So may provision po ngayon. Empleyado rin sila, like any employee, their payment and everything should be not less than the minimums required by law. Ang bawat kontratista at saka contractee and contractor, merong option na mag-post ng bond yung contractor. So, nandiyan pa rin yung provision na yan, equivalent to the labor cost. Para kung sakaling hindi magbayad yung contractor sa mga empleyado niya, yung principal, na siya magbabayad, pero kukunin niya sa bond. Pero again, this is, ang tawag nila sa law, directory. Ibig sabihin, pwede, pwedeng hindi. Yung may, hindi ho pangalan ng babae. They may do it or they may not. So it's not obligatory. Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina, kung hindi nagbayad ng sahod yung principal, yung contractor, yung principal ang obligado. So joint, so solidary. Okay? Ngayon, in-specify lang nila, this only pertains to wages. To conform to series of jurisprudence kung anong liability ng principal. Okay? So that's the first part. Now, the second part is doon naman sa security of tenure. Okay? Yung nasa post-employment. Sa yung mga articles na yan doon sa likod ng Labor Code on termination of employment. Okay. Doon sa Article 294 na dati 279, yung burden of proof, alam ba nyo na dadalawa lang ang alam, ewan ko kung meron pang iba na, pero sa batas ng Pilipinas, dalawa lang yung situation where yung respondent, kung sino yung kinomplain, sino yung kinasuhan, siya obligadong magbigay ng pruweba. One is sa car accidents. So, i-complain yung nagdadrive, di ba? Yung nagdadrive, ang may obligasyon na ipakita na wala siyang sala. Yung pangalawa, sa labor cases. Kaya kung kinomplain yung management, ang management ng respondent sa kaso ngayon, yung management ang obligado na mag-prove na wala siyang sala. Okay, baliktad na. Usually, pag may kaso, kung sino yung nag-complain, siya yung magpakita na talagang guilty yung kino-complain niya. Okay. Ngayon, linagay doon sa article na yan, yung provision na yan. And then, ang i-prove mo dyan, hindi lang yung dahilan ng pag-terminate, pero pati yung proseso. Kasi dalawang bagay palagi dyan na yung reason for terminating and then yung process or paraan na pag-terminate. Kailangan compliant sa batas yung dalawang yun. Okay. Ito pa. This is actually the substance of the change. Yung pinakamalaking change. Tingnan niyo yung A. Dati ito yung Article 280. Tingnan niyo yung A, ha? Kaagad, sinabi, all employees are deemed regular. All employees are deemed regular. Kaagad. Ang exception lang dyan, yung mga probationary, seasonal, and project. Hindi nila sinama ang fixed term employment. At saka, tinanggal na yung casual employment. Wala nang casual employee. Wala na yung category na yun. Lahat regular. Ang non-regular, yun lang in-enumerate na yan. Probationary, seasonal, and project. At ginagay pa nila ang definition ng kung kailan merong employee-employee relationship. Kasi ang labor code is built on the presumption that there is an employer-employee relationship. Kung wala, the labor code does not apply. Di ba dapat nasa una yun ng labor code? Pero dito linagay sa huli. Ano yung definition ngayon? You are engaged to render work or service and you are under the control of the employer. Dalawang bagay. Not only to the end, but also to the means in achieving the end. Pag ganun ang usapan, empleyado ka. Si boss dito, kinuha kita. I engage you, work or render service for me. And ikaw, yung gagawin mo, kontrolado. Under my orders, under my policies, under my regulations. Hindi lang sa resulta ng trabaho mo. Kasi ihanapan kita ng quality cost delivery measurements. Dapat ganun yung ipapakita mo. Hindi lang yan. Pati yung paraan na gagawin mo para pumunta ka doon sa hinihingi ko. Kung kontrolado ka rin sa dalawang bagay na yun, empleyado kita. Pag hindi kita empleyado. Dati, meron pang for test yan eh. Kung ikaw ay hinire ko, ikaw ay mayroon akong kapangyarihan na i-terminate, okay? Ikaw ay binabayaran ko, mga ganung bagay na. Professional employee, the same provisions. Dinagdag lang yung sinama pati yung pwede ka rin tanggalin hindi lang for just causes but even authorized causes kagaya na retrenchment, redundancy, hindi nandun eh, silent. Pero actually kasama. Anong kaibahan ng paraan ng pagtatanggal ng professional employee? Malala ba niya? Anong kaibahan? Pareho lang. Regular employee, professional employee. Kailangan may just cause or merong substantive cause, may procedural process din. Ang kaiba lang ng probationary ito, at the time of engagement, nung kinuha kita, nag-usap tayo, ano yung inaasahan ko sa iyo? Dapat may ipakita mo yun. Pag hindi mo na ipakita yun, hindi ka pasado sa probationary. So, pwede ka i-terminate. Okay? Conditions made known to you at the time of your engagement. So if you fail to achieve that, okay, last 2 minutes. Buti na nagsasabi. Okay. Yung causes for termination, ganun pa rin, dinagdag lang yung gender-friendly na dati his, may dinagdagan pa ng hair. Walang it. Okay? Okay. Anong positions ng Pmap? Simple lang. Ang Pmap kumulat sa poll. As far back as 2016, ang inaayawan ng Pmap is yung endo. Yung repeated firing and then hiring, firing and hiring. That and that alone. We agree that that is illegal, immoral, against public policy, and even business sense. So, sabihin niyo sa gobyerno yan, don't quote me again. Sila yung hanggang ngayon, meron tinatawag na job order. Anybody from the government? Please raise your hand. Ilan yung job order? Di ba?
Regular naman eh.
Yun nga yun nga eh. The constitutional rights, even legal rights of equal application of the law. Bakit sa private sector bawal? Sa public sector pwede. So what is it all about? Is it compliance to constitution? Or is it for some other reason? I don't know. Okay, how about contracting? Ang stand ng Pmap dyan, that's management right. Huwag lang illegal form, kagaya ng babalik dun sa endo-endo. Kasi yun ang punot-dulo ng lahat kung akong tatanungin nyo eh. Naabuso, pumutok, bumusok ng gusto hanggang sumabog. O ayan, naapektuhan pati yung mga legitimate job contracting and outsourcing. Yung management right na yan, makikita nyo, wala sa labor code yan, walang provision, jurisprudence, pero may nakita tayo sa Constitution. Yung Section 3 ng Article 13. Article 13 is on social justice and human rights. Yung mas litaw is Section 3, yun yung protection ng labor. Pero actually, there's a section before that, which is there, basa nyo, the promotion of social justice shall include the creation of economic opportunities based on the freedom of initiative and self-reliance. So kung rinirestricto ka, hindi na freedom yan. Kung sinasabi sa iyo kung anong pwede, hindi pwede, hanggang hindi ka makagalaw, wala nang initiative yan. Okay. So economic opportunity, sana magkaroon pa ng emphasis dyan by law as well as practice. Okay. There's a pragmatic ground also, as I was telling you a while ago, ng common business sense. Maski ba ang proseso ko, ganito, gagawa ng ganito, yung pag-manufacture ng isang piyesa nito. If I can find somebody else who can do this better, faster, cheaper, bakit hindi? Bakit lilimitahan ako? Diba? That's business sense. You have somebody else do it because they can do it better, faster, and cheaper. Quality, cost, and delivery. Whether it's product or service. Economic competitiveness. I think you've heard this several times. In the region, ASEAN, globally. Because of the global supply chain. Offshoring, inshoring, and everything. We have to be competitive, otherwise business will not come in. And our labor that we have so dearly trained and inalagaan are being hired by these other countries because they have better economic means. Employment generation, human resources development, yung sabi ko kanina, is outsourcing, is entry level. Bibigyan sila ng opportunity, fresh graduates and everything. Okay, yeah, I'm wrapping up. Toyota City and Silicon Valley, do you know how they develop? It's because of outsourcing. You have the main core like Toyota plant, and then yung mga paggago ng mga pyesa, binigyan nila sa iba. Within striking distance. Para just in time i-deliver. Kaya yung nangyari, yung Toyota City, yung Toyota, the main companies there and all around it are the suppliers. Yun ang dinedevelop noong araw ng PESA. So isang main company, tapos maraming mga suppliers na maglo-locate. However, problema na naman yan because of the parang apparent ban on outsourcing. Yung NN2, yung invest na all of the above, naging any of the above or any of the below. Nagiging restricted. Mas mahirapan ka ngayon maging job contractor. Tools and equipment, ito yung sinasabi namin, pwede sana dapat yung arms net lease, i-store. Ito yung pag-aari ng kumpanya, ipapahiram sa iyo, babayar, itatanggalin sa bayad sa iyo, magiging sa iyo later on. We hope that will be allowed. And capitalization, although these are now for IRR, pag ginawa yung implementing rules, the recommendations namin yan. That's way back in 2016. Dapat hindi fixed. It should be variable according to your size of business. Yung regular employment, dapat lang. Yun ang stand namin 2016. Dapat lang maging regular employees ng contractor mo. Kung yung contractor mo, hindi naman bona fide na contractor. Kaya actually, placement agency lang yan. Okay? And rights, yes. All employees, whether they are the employees of contractors or organic employees of the principal, dapat walang distinction. they should all be compliant to the minimum set by law. And meron kasi provision nun na isang batas sa Kongreso na yung cost daw ng regularization, quote-unquote, dapat ipasa sa principal. Kinakalimutan yung independence of the contractor with the principal. Dapat iganang yun. Kung ibibigay mo yung cost na aakuin ng principal and everything, hindi na independent, yung dependent na siya. So you're now oxymoronic. Okay, yan po yung presentation namin tungkol doon sa Senate bill. So now we will have the reactions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Edwin Alberto. Galing na po yan sa Baguio. So we're now open for questions so that we can, I hope you were, nalinawan po tayo yung ating gustong sabihin sa proposed security of tenure bill. Okay? So can we call on our partners to ask questions? Yes? You're from PTV4? Yes? Can we request at the staff to facilitate the microphone so that everybody can be heard here? Okay. Thank you, Isa. Actually, Isa is in charge of the awards and media. But you know, we invite you to be with us in Cebu because we are going, also can mention that we are going to award the People Manager of the Year, the People Program of the Year. Yes, you can now have the question.
Sir, hello, good morning po. Sir, ano po ba yung usually apektadong age bracket nitong EMDO?
Oh, so age bracket ng EMDO. Oh, that's nice. Attorney Mistura, can you?
Well, actually, every employable age is affected by this regulation. If you would note, our existing regulation would allow even hiring of employees at the age of 18, but there are, under given circumstances, there are possibility also of employing minors from 15 to less than 18. So if these are the age allowed by law, so they are as well affected by these regulations.
Yes, that's it. Yes, thank you very much for the question. A follow-up question.
Lang po. Sir, isa po sa mga top priority bills ni Senate President Tito Sen ay yung pagbibigay ng 14-month pay doon sa mga empleyado ng private sectors. Ano pong stand niyo doon?
Wow.
Actually, during the last Congress, there's already a pending bill on 14th-month pay. I think the version of the good senator is a statement, if not a refined bill. I heard him about 2-3 days ago urging the public, urging the employers even to get hold of a copy of his bill, and to be candid, hindi pa siya available, no? But if you would note, even during the pending last Congress, the proposal to give 14th-month pay, at least in last Congress, there's no qualification, meaning everyone will be entitled. In fact, in that particular version, the proposal was that to make 13th-month pay available every June and to make 14th-month pay available every year end. No? If this is the same bill that the good senator has passed, I think this will also be the features, except that the proposal of Senator Soto is not yet made available to the public, so we could hardly comment yet for the moment.
Yes.
Sir, last na po, just the emphasis doon sa mga government offices, if ever na nag-i-implement pa rin ng no employee-employer relationship. So ano po yung mga possible na consequences po doon?
Yung SOT or security of tenure, risk-based bill, this is actually a bill that is intended to govern the private enterprise. This is not at all intended to govern the civil service regulation, because as we all know, the public servants, as we call them, are governed by a different law. We call it as the civil service law. Nabanggit ni Efren kanina, no, na si government daw yung frequent or traditional violator of the ENDO system, no? And we realize that simply because the government, actually the answer to that question is that the government has no continuous flow of funding. It's dependent really on taxes that it can collect. Therefore, they could not really assure a complete plantilla and therefore no security as we speak. No? But if the continuous flow of money coming to the government would be sure, obviously they would also be complying with the security of tenure law. But again, to clarify, this really covers the private enterprise.
Okay. Questions from the media, of our partners? Yes, ma'am. You are from? Yeah. News 5. Yes, yes. Lala.
News 5, once product of NBC.
Yes.
Kasi I love Ellen, Ma'am Ellen.
May original na lang.
May history pa tayo. And of course, I love Sir Leo. Tanong ko lang po regarding yung mga outsource agencies natin. Kasali po ba sila rito? Kasi di ba, yung mga agencies natin, doon regular employees, itong mga empleyado na to, and then sinusupply nila sa mga private companies. Ma-abolish ba tong mga outsource companies na to? Magdi-direct hire na ba yung mga companies? Paano po yung mangyayari doon?
Actually, itong SOT na to, madam, it's basically directed to that particular arrangement. Kanina, pinakita ni Ka-Efren yung issue ng bilateral and trilateral relationship. No? If you would be reminded, going back to the annals of history, itong contracting is an industry that started some 15 or 20 years ago. It is actually an industry of its own already. During the olden time, wala hong ganito. No? No such thing as a job contractor, no such thing as labor-only contractor. But it's actually brought about by the needs of the circumstances by the employers. No? So when this job contractor started, this is where the social imbalance was created, such that an employee will be taken as an employee by a contractor or an agency. Dito lumabas yung ENDO. So kung napapansin nyo, yung presentation ni Ka-Efren kanina, this used to be a topic of ENDO, eventually transformed into contracting. These are basically two different concepts in labor regulation. When you say ENDO, this is the prevalent practice of hiring, expiring, rehiring, expiring, and so on and so forth. So yung process na yun, minsan inaabot na ng 15 taon yung empleyado, hindi pa rin sila regular. Now, the topic of contractualization is a different topic into that. Ibig sabihin, instead of getting a regular employee, you get an agency. Which agency now gets the employee? So ang nangyari, nag-transform siya from ENDO, which is a prohibited practice. Ang ginawa ho ng ating various department orders, as mentioned by Ka-Efren, in-adapt siya ng mga agency-based contractors. So nag-switch yung ENDO from a prohibited practice by the employer, ginawa ngayon siya ng mga tinatawag na contractors. Basically this SOT is directed towards that illegal practices. So to answer the question, sila ho yung principally affected in this particular regulation. So there will come a time in our labor history that job contracting is really is an activity merely allowed by the guys who will be registered under current regulation. And then I'd like to stress as well, yung batas na ito is a change on the textual provision of the 1974 Labor Code, yung PD 442. No? This is not just an ordinary department order. This is a change in the substantial provision of a law, not just by department order. So after the amendment of the Labor Code, surely there will come another department order implementing the change in the Labor Code. And we have to expect more changes that would come along the way.
If I may add, Attorney Destura, relevant to the question, may requirement doon sa agencies. Can you mention that? I think the whooping amount is 5 million.
Existing regulation right now, 174, would require merely a 3 million capitalization. No? So with this proposal, medyo tinataas siya. There are these 5 million that we have to remember under the SOT, the proposal. One is the 5 million for purposes of capitalization. The other one is another 5 million, which is by way of a penalty in any event that an agency will be discovered to be engaging into labor-only contracting. So dalawa ngayon yung 5 million na pinag-uusapan natin dito. Again, una yung capital to be able to register as a legitimate job contractor, at another 5 million in any event that you will be discovered as having engaged into labor-only contracting, which is supplying of manpower. The penalty under the proposed law is another whopping 5 million, plus a possibility of a closure order to be issued by the government. And in fact, this SOT bill, merong provision doon saying that without prejudice to civil, administrative, and criminal liability. So, kailangan ilakihan po natin yung jail system natin, baka maraming makulong.
Ang gusto sabihin niya na companies now, organization now, should really partner with legitimate contractors. Actually, as the SOTBL is very nice kasi it really protects organization not to deal or partner with illegitimate contractors.
Yung comment ko kanina, this is friendly for established and big job contractors. Pero for startups, this is very, very discouraging. Sino ba naman magsisimula ng negosyo kailangan kaagad ng 15 million? And with all these requirements, and the government at your back, inspecting you every now and then, parang ayaw nila na magkaroon ng negosyo yung mga small and medium enterprises. Diba? That is a consequence. I hope it's not intended and that they see it. Otherwise, we will not grow economically.
Okay, some more questions?
Last question, sir.
Yes, yes.
For the record lang po, what is the importance of security of tenure sa isang empleyado? The importance po.
Well, security of tenure is a legal and emotional feeling of a person, no? Na meron siyang guarantee of a day-to-day employment and therefore a day-to-day source of livelihood. It's really an important thing to a person simply because, as we know, yung employment equates to salary, salary equates to money, money equates to daily sustenance. So it's really something that has to be pushed and treasured by all. Yung security of tenure is something that we have to be guaranteeing every single worker.
Would you like me to add? There's a paradox in that because nowadays we are now in a gig economy, G-I-G economy, and we are now freelancers. So we have to look into the new ways of doing work. There will come a time that employees will not really even expect that they want to be regular. Because we are now coming into the age of disruption, which includes me now. I am not a regular employee, I'm a freelance trainer. So I do gigs. So those who can understand here are the millennials and the Z generation, which is why there is a paradox. There is a contradiction of the desire of everybody to be regularized, but everybody would like to be in the gig economy. Just questions, man.
May I add to that? Just a minute. Yung security of tenure, yung desire for secure employment, yun yung mga edad natin. Like me, I've been employed in one company for 34 years. Okay? Pero nowadays, modern HR management, they're talking of security of employability.
Yes.
The ability to be employed anywhere, everywhere. Hindi yung isang kumpanya lang and then doon ka na lang forever.
That's a nice answer. Yes.
I would just like to add, no? Kasi when you hire people, kasi kagaya namin, when we're hiring for a regular position, so you're filling up a vacancy for a regular position, you're actually looking for a long-term engagement. Kasi regular yung position, mas gusto namin yung magtatagal yung employee, magsaserve talaga sa company, may commitment sa company. Mahalaga yung trabaho because ito yung source of income eh. Hindi naman pag in-interview mo yung employee, why do you want to work? Ang pag sinagot ng employee, because I want to help the company. Hindi totoo yun. Gusto mong kumita, di ba? Parang I want to help the company. Ha? Mayaman yung may-ari ng kumpanya, tutulungan mo ba? Di ba? Ano yun? Kalukuhan yun, di ba? You want to work because you want to earn. You want to provide well for your family. ikaw din, gusto mo rin may ma-achieve ka. May self-fulfillment. Yun yung reason bakit ka nagtatrabaho. Bakit mahalaga yung security of tenure? Kung wala kang kinikita at hindi ka sigurado may kikitain ka, wala ka rin kasiguruhan na may ipapakain ka o ikaw mismo may kakainin ka araw-araw. So mahalaga bilang empleyado kasi kami kahit nasa management ka, part ka ng management, empleyado ka rin ng kumpanya. So kailangan din magtrabaho kang mabuti. Kailangan you are assured also na bukas pagpasok ko may trabaho pa ako. Yun yung essence nun. Mahalaga para sa atin. Sa pagkatao mo, sa fulfillment mo, at saka yung pag-provide mo sa family mo. Yun ang
Ang gusto sabihin ni Ellen, ang security of tenure is your efficiency. Kung productivity. Kasi kahit ka-secure na secure sa inyong posisyon, if you're not a productive person, parang natatanggal ka.
President Jesse?
Yes, sir. Mr. Leo.
Yeah, bilang HR practitioners, at yan din naman ang ginagawa namin sa pagdating sa pag-hire ng tao. We look at from the time that we interview a potential candidate for the position, titingnan din namin yung potential ng tao to grow. Kasi at the end of the day, hindi rin healthy sa isang organization yung papalit-palit ng tao. Because there's a cost involved dun sa training pa lang. And the 5 months, you may not be able to recover your investment dun sa tao. So, kami, importante sa amin, kasi like for example, itong security of tenure, it's for an organization that looks at growing its business, expanding its business, it doesn't really matter itong bill na to, possibly. Why? Because at the end of the day, these people that I will have to take care, and these people who may have the potential of helping me grow the business, would actually be, this is something that I think, sa isang organization, kasi ako like in my case, no, I am into a business, traditional, but I am also into not subcontracting, but a service contracting business. I have also a manpower agency, but I have also a traditional business. Pero ako, ang tingin ko lagi na parang itong taong ito na kukuhanin ko, I will have to make sure that this particular person will have growth in my business, so that eventually, they will also grow not only in salary, but in position. Diba? Kasi ako, beneficiary ako, dahil I came from the ranks, na-promote ako ng panahon sa Shakey's, na mahal-mahal ko, from a delivery rider, to restaurant manager, to head of training, to head of HR in the span of 13 years. So, alam mo yung journey na to, lagi kong sinishare sa mga empleyado. Kasi I wanted them to also do that. Kasi ang organization will definitely take care of people who would like to also help grow the business. Kasi they know that they will be able to benefit from it.
Yes. So yun, ang sinasabi po niyan, yan po ang position ng Pmap, that you are actually taking care for people, which is talent management, from acquisition to performance, making sure that they're efficient, to succession planning. Just imagine from a rider to an HR manager. So, maganda yung sinabi ni VP Leo na hindi kailangan yung security of tenure kasi that's actually the desire of the people managers of the Philippines is to really retain people. Pero ang tao naman, you have your own we call this time frame. Ang pinakamahirap nga nito, gusto ko nang umalis ko, gusto mo nang siguro lumipat na sa ibang gagawin, nahihirapan kasi because there are some we call this law na dapat masundin sa compliance. It's actually a paradox between offensive and defensive HR. Are you going to retain somebody who's not anymore productive? That is offensive HR. But are you going to comply? Because it will not be good to let these people go now because they are secure. So that is actually the paradox, navigating the paradox of managing here in the Philippines. Anyway, questions? Magandang usapan natin. Magandang usapan natin. So this is really something that you should write. And this is actually why we're having our national conference in Cebu. Kasi ito po yung pag-uusapan natin. And if you can send people to be with us, kasi This is just a start. We're just actually looking into this problem. Kasi, it is, you know, itong sinasabi ng pwedeng manganak, complying with it, di ba? Complying with it may cause problems, not only with the companies, the organization concerned, but with the individuals already. I know there are some sectors in the Philippines, just like the IT sectors, they would like to not, ayaw nila i-ban anymore. I think sa media, ganun din ngayon. Yeah, ganun. May mga sectors na ngayon na ayaw na sila talagang ma-regular so that they can move. Alam mo po, bibigyan ko kayo ng idea. Ang doktor po ngayon, wala ngayong isang doktor na dyan lang isang ospital lang siya. Ang doktor ko po ay nandyan sa Makati Medical. One time, nakita ko siya sa ASEAN. Nakita ko siya sa St. Luke's. Pang umaga, pang hapon, pang gabi. Kasama rin po ang GRO ay nagkilingi. Diyan sa Pasay. Nagbabaybay po yan. So from the highest to the lowest, hindi na po nag-regular. Hindi na po siya regular doon sa isang bar, pwesto. Ang singer po, kasama na rin po dyan, yung naman na mikurista. Mobile na. So, we have to look into that, the change in mindset, and I would like to write that because that will be our topics in the national convention. Pwede po idagdag natin because you're already in the VUCA world, because of technology. Yes. Alam mo, isasama ko rito, dapat magtanong kayo, ano kaya implication nito ng work from home?
Dagdag ko lang dyan, friend, na-mention mo yan kasi maraming tao ngayon nag-freelance talaga. Sabi nga nila maraming pera. With the advent of digital technology, ang daming yumayaman dahil sa social media, dahil sa digital technology. Huwag na tayong lumayo. Sa media na lang eh. Marami gusto mag-freelancer din.
Yes.
Meron ako inoferan na maging news director. Pero ayaw niya magpatali. Ayaw niya magpatali sa MBC. Gusto niya, talent lang siya. So sa atin, sa media, uso yung may talent lang. Kasi hindi ka nagtatrabaho 8 hours a day. Maririnig mo siya sa programa ngayong umaga, mamayang hapon may programa sa kabilang istasyon. O, di ba? Parang, asan ang loyalty nun? Hindi eh, binabayaran mo siya for that particular program. Pwedeng news writer siya sa kabila, anchor ka rito sa kabila.
Wow,
Depende kung anong role ang ginagampanan eh.
Kayo mismo na no? So, I think that is actually the paradox or the contradiction of the security of tenure. When I was with Inquirer, ang dami ng contributor, pero makikita mo rin ang pangalan nila sa isang magazine, sa isang radio station. Ganun po. Yes, ma'am. O yan, ganda ng usapan natin, napukaw na tayo. Yes, ma'am.
Yun nga po, yung nadidinig ko po yung mga sinasabi niyo. There is so much to parang makuha. So are there any events or other website or gatherings na mas lalo po nating mapapahayag or ma-share yung dapat pong matutunan ng mga manggagawa or from the company or the HR para po mas mapalawak po yung kaalaman nila with regards lalo na po dito sa atin.
Ang isa po muna yan, that is why we're having this news conference so that kayo po tumulong sa amin na malinawan ang lahat. Okay, yes, Ma'am Loy?
Meron po kaming annual conference na gagawin namin sa Cebu this July 17 to 19. Actually, marami pong diskusyon, maraming topics na i-offer ang Pmap sa mga HR practitioners, young and seasoned, para doon sa mga katulad ng mga polisiya na iba't ibang lumalabas ngayon. Doon po, isa po yung venue. At marami po ang Pmap na ginagawa para nang sa ganon to keep our people informed, especially yung ating mga HR practitioners. Kaya nandito po sa aking kaliwa ang dalawang gentlemen na to. They are from our IR committee. We are from our IR committee. Nakakarating po kami hindi lamang sa opisina ng DOLE, kundi hanggang sa Senado, Kongreso, para nang sa ganon, maparating din po namin kung ano yung mga saloobin ng mga practitioners at ng mga namumuhunan din para mabalanse po natin kung ano ba yung kagandahan na idudulot ng mga polisiyang ito sa ating uring manggagawa at ganun din sa namumuhunan.
Okay. Ako may personal na sasabihin doon sa tanong sa 14-month pay. Sa totoo, sinatanong, sa totoo lang po, ang dami na pong organisasyon nagbibigay ng 14-month pay. Ang iba na 15-month pay, ang iba na 16-month pay. Kung yan nagkagawa po ng PMS. Pero po, kaya sabi ko paradox, contradiction. Kasi ko po, kung igagawin natin talaga, personal ko po ito, ang 14-month pay, kawawa po yung maliliit. Karamihan po ng organisasyon dito sa Pilipinas, which is actually comprising 95% are SMEs, small and medium enterprises. Kasama na po ako niyan na may maliit na bakery. Nagta-13-month pay, ano ka pa kaya kung magpa-14-month pay? So siguro, hayaan na natin yung sinabi ni Secretary Leo dito, na ang HR talaga, they care for people. We like them to be retained. At mayroong programa yun na ginagawa, na updated. Pero hayaan din natin yung hindi makakaya, kasi nakakatakot nito, yung sustainability of business, and then people, yung ating investors, will really, kasi if you are going to mandate that there will be really pay for that. But this is a personal thing. So for those who can afford, pwede. But it should not, I think, mandated kasi kawawa po yung maliit. Na you are going to really mandate them that they are going to pay for 14 months.
Comment?
Yes, sir.
Yung pong tungkol dyan sa mga legislated increases in benefits and salaries, dalawang bagay na naman yan eh. Pag nandun ka sa National Productivity Commission, sasabihin nila yan, hindi tied up sa productivity. Tumataas ang cost of labor para yung productivity, hindi tumataas. So, in the long term, matatalo. Pangalawa, sa business naman, whatever increase in cost will become the cost of production. So, saan kayo papasa yan? Hindi sa presyo. Sana kung mag-increase sila, titignan din nila yon. Ang nangyayari lang, wala man lang data, wala man lang research na pinapakita sa Kongreso kung ano ang epekto nitong mga hinahangad na mga increases. Mostly populist, lalo na pag malapit ang election. Pero ang impact hindi tinitignan ng mabuti. Baka in the long range, makakasira, imbes na nakakabuti. Isa pa. Ang trabaho po ng gobyerno ang mag-set ng minimum standards, labor standards. Hindi po nila trabaho yung i-manage ang trabaho ng capital, ng management. Yun po ang contention ng mga wage and productivity councils. Tayo ito productivity and stick to minimums and give a free hand to the management to do their work.
Gusto ko ipasok din dito, if you look into the web ng Pmap, may mga, I don't know kung ready yung ating kino-compare po yung ating economic at yung practices natin dito with the other countries of Southeast Asia. And this should be another area that we should be concerned of, kasi lumalabas na parang it's so difficult, ang haba ng mga proseso dito to invest. At ang taas na po ng cost of labor dito sa atin. So you have to look on that. It's a chicken and egg, and that is actually the concern of the People Management Association of the Philippines. It's taking care of people and making sure that the investors will sustain their investments dito sa atin. Kasi chicken and egg, parang nahirap naman po na you're going to, parang yung the goose that lays the golden egg, di ba? Sasakalin mo. Pagdating ng oras, wala na tuloy yung trabaho kasi hindi na kaya magpasweldo. So that is actually, alam mo, ang Pmap po is actually always balanced. We care for people, but we are actually navigating the contradictions and the paradoxes. We want to comply. We don't really are after the endo ever since. O kaya nga may culpa kasi that practice has been there, but when it was brought out, hindi kami sang-ayon doon. But now, medyo kami nag-aano rin, hinay-hinay. Kasi baka itong security of tenure bill, pagdating ng oras, hindi nakakalaga. So it's, alam mo tayo, we are a community and we should go into that. Of course, balancing it with the needs, aspirations of our employees. But sabi nga ni Big Leo at ni Secretary Leo at ni Ma'am Ellen here, let HR do it. That is why we have the association and we are trying to calibrate our practices. Can you tell that to the world? And make sure that we have good practices and ensure that our employees are actually taken care of. And then sometimes, much as we would like to comply, but a lot of regulations may actually hinder us to move on. We are not, ang tawag nun, the competitiveness of the Philippines to the world, not even to the nation. Yes, can we have, are we through with the questions? Yes, coming from the start. Actually, noong competitor namin. Basta nandiyan yung start talaga. Ano-ano kami. Sige, the gentleman, the handsome gentleman from Star.
Hi, I'm Brian Espada from the Philippine Star. Question lang regarding dun sa mga service-oriented na digital tech companies, the likes of GrabFood, Foodpanda, who employ yung mga delivery riders na there have been stories na middle of the transaction, biglang kina-cancel yung orders, yung rider mismo nag-aabono for ano. So yung mga ganong instances na may mga abuse dun sa mga parang partner employees nila, mga riders, ano yung parang protection na pwede nilang makita dito sa ano?
Okay, si Atty. Distura, master po.
Actually, in the context of labor regulations, they are not actually employees, no? Yung mga digital contractors, as we call them, hindi talaga sila empleyado. They're actually doing a business of their own. So I just hope and pray government will also come up with regulation as far as they're concerned. Kasi sila yung nandun sa gray area.
Providers.
Sila yung nasa gray area. Government has yet to come up with any form of regulation as far as these contractors are concerned. In fact, labor regulation will not actually classify them as employees.
Kasi provider ka, you are a provider of a service. You are a provider of a, and then you consider that it's your own, sarili mong business yun eh. Kaya ba yung, say, kukuha ako ng isang karpentero, pagdating ng oras, ay, may Presscon ako, wag ka na muna magkarpentero. Di ba, paano naman yung pamasahe nun? Bumalik ka na lang sa linggo, parang gano'n. So, hindi ko naman siya empleyado, hindi naman siya empleyado ng iba. So, sarili niyang business yun.
Friend, no? Kasi ako, nagpapadeliver ako ng food sa Grab.
Tapos tapos
Hindi, kasi sa klase. O, hindi mo kinakancel. Mayaman ako, nagbibigay ako ng tip. Hindi po, kasi I really feel bad for the Grab food delivery guys na in the middle of buying the food for you, biglang ika-cancel. So, alam natin na itong mga, kasi we call them independent contractors on their own. They make use of their own money. So, kunyari, umorder ka worth 900. Ikaw, you're at the convenience of your home and you just pay, say, 50 to 100 pesos delivery charge. Pero no hassle for you, di ba? Nakaupo ka lang, hintay mo yung delivery. Kasi minsan, may restaurant din doon sa amin. Ang dami pumapasok na naka-grab food na uniform. Ang tagal din nila naghihintay. So, pina-prioritize din sila because they know, alam ng mga restaurants na if they exceed the allowable time, the orders might be canceled. So, kawawa naman itong mga to. So, they get the priority. May naka-assign talaga sa kanila na mag-attend dun sa kanilang orders. However, siguro, dahil hindi sila covered ng ating labor laws, dahil hindi naman sila employees, it pays to be a member of that group.
Oo,
So, kung grab taxi ka, grab driver ka, kung taxi yan, or car, or delivery ka, or yung meron pang angkas, marami pa sila dun sa TNVS na yan, tsaka yung app, no? Yung sa digital app. So, kung member ka, kasi I read, nung nag-viral yung nag-order ng ang milk tea na worth 900 tapos biglang kinancel. Meron din yung pizza na in-order sa SNR tapos sabi niya, bilhin niyo na po, mainit pa kasi wala po akong magiging kita dito, lugi ako. So yung mga yon, I heard from the millennials that if you are part of the group, registered ka as Grab Food contractor, then parang ang protection doon ng Grab is to reimburse you. And then to penalize also the guys who cancel the order by blocking them. Hindi ka na makaka-order.
Pero yan po, sa lahat po dito, Mika, yan po ang sinasabi natin na we are going into that. We are going into the gig economy. It doesn't actually fall into the labor. Hindi mo pa sasabi yan, probationary, regular, namumuulan talaga sila. Naku, natatakot ako kasi yung aking habal-habal, yung tok-tok ko nakikinig sa akin, nandiyan po sa likod, nakapulas yan.
Baka magka-cancel.
Baka mag-cancel ako. Naka-commission niya sa akin the whole day. Ganun na po ang buhay ngayon. So nag-iiba na po. It's actually the employee-employer relation is not anymore there, but it's actually yours getting their services. Thank you for that wonderful question. And you can add that. And then that is something that you have to look into that, as mentioned by Attorney Distura, because those are things na hindi ko pinapupuntahan. Pero what I'm afraid of, baka naman pagdagdag na naman din ng regulation na dapat magbigay ng 5 million yung asosasyon. Yun ang nakakatakot, di ba kaya, friend? Baka maglagay ng 5 million and another 5 million, 10 million, di ba paano na yung asosasyon, di ba? Okay. Yes, may question pa before and then after that we will wrap up. MBC, of course.
Po. Ang question ko lang, I have two questions actually. No? Hindi pa, wala pa tayong batas para doon sa mga owner of the companies na meron daw nag-outsource sila from agency, but in reality, yung art agency na yun is kanila din. And then the other one, doon sa bill po ba ay hindi kasama ang mga OFW na madalas nagkakaroon din ng endo?
Attorney Distura or Kyle?
Reverse answer. Yung OFW, it's not at all controlled and regulated by the SOT or the Security of Tenure. We know for a fact na yung batas natin as far as OFW is concerned is of a different government entity, and there's a separate regulation for them. It would be quite impossible for our Philippine government to be regulating foreign contractors or foreign employers.
So local lang po?
Local lang yan talaga.
Kawawa naman ang FW.
Yeah, in effect. Pero there's too much protection na according to them, no? The Migrant Workers Act would provide you with a long list of protection to the so-called OFW. Okay? Yung isang question mo na nga, sir?
A lot of companies right now, they outsource their employees from an agency when in reality that agency, they also own that agency.
Actually, there is what we call a concept in law na may tinatawag na distinct and separate personality. No? Even if the employer is also the entity who put up the agency, in the eyes of the law, this agency here and this employer is separate and distinct. No? But in any event that there would be a violation by the employer or the agency, may tinatawag na doctrine of piercing the veil of the corporate entity. It is at this point that the employment with this employer and the ownership of this agency becomes a material matter. Therefore, pwedeng managot yung parehong entity.
Yes, sir, kasi parang di ba, lantarang panloloko yung gano'n.
Well,
kasi it's the same owner eh, kahit saan mo tingnan, it's the same owner.
Correct. Only in case of a violation by any of this entity, doon lang i-inquire yung personality behind the corporations that put up the agency.
Ang siguro masasabi ko yan sa question mo, sir, dalawa na pwede matulungan tayo ng media. Ma-advise natin yung mga nag-a-apply. Natingnan din naman yung pupunta. Kasi hindi naman talaga pagpunta rito sa Manila. Na-apply ka lang ng apply, hindi mo naman alam kung lihiti mo yung ina-apply mo. So titingnan mo talaga. That's actually a personal concern. Ang sabi ko naman po doon sa OFW, kung madagdag ko lang, yun talaga po ang tunay na contractual. Kasi nagpipirma ka ng kontrata. Ang OFW natin, actually, arrangement is contractual because you are under a contract. Ano po?
Kasi
Yes, sir.
yung labor code natin, ang regulation to govern OFWs, nandun lang sa book 2. Yung tungkol sa mga license manpower agencies sa overseas, doon lang. So ang regulation doon tungkol lang sa pagre-recruit, mga pagkukuha ng legitimate job order, at saka pagre-regulate dito mga recruitment agencies. Doon lang ang provision ng batas. So, ibig sabihin niyan, talagang dapat ma-update ng ating labor code. 1974 pa yan kasi hindi pa masyadong uso ang mga araw.
With that statement, siguro may assignment kami sa inyo na dapat, if you are really, your peak is actually business, sabay-sabay tayo pag-aralan ang labor code. At pwede imbitahan kayo ni Ka-Efren kasi meron kaming mga IR summits. Kasama po kayo na dapat pag-aral kasi sa susunod siguro mga taon, kasi dahil talagang binanggit na ni Ka-Efren na talagang babaguhin yan, magkikita tayo to look into that. Kasi ilang pong books, Ka-Efren? 6 books. 7 books. So kung ikaw po ay isang media practitioner na hindi ka abreast sa labor code, sali po kayo dito sa Pmap na pag-aralan natin itong labor code. So pagharap natin yan sa Senado, sa kanilang mga hearing, meron talaga tayong sinasabi na malalim. Okay. Yes, last question before we ask our panelists to give their yes. Of course, break your head.
Sir, tatanong ko lang po sa security of tenure bill, sako po ba dito yung mga workers natin sa mga maliliit na yung iba hindi tumatanggap ng minimum wage at excess sa 8 hours yung kanilang trabaho? Like po yung mga nasa mga food stalls, kilala naman yung mga food stalls pero under minimum at excess po kanilang oras. Paano po matutulungan ng Pmap?
Magandang question yan.
Ito mga workers.
Alas kristal mo matatapos.
Mahabang kwento to, mahabang inuman yan, sir. The security of tenure bill, ang focus talaga niya yung issue ng endo and contracting. No? But there are various laws that protects yung mga tinatawag na SMEs. Ang problema natin dito, the labor code by and large, meron siyang qualification that yung mga tinatawag na service and retail establishment employing less than or regularly 10 employees, they're not covered by a lot of this labor standard benefit. Ito yung tinatawag na conciliation factor from the economic side to social protection. So yun ang proseso. So kung may mga employers or SMEs, they're not covered by those particular labor standard law.
Ang alam ko nito, yung labor inspectors, umiikot na rin dyan through the LGUs. It is DO 183. 183 po, tingnan niyo. Umiikot po yan, marami na, ay, naku, dapat punta kayo doon kay Mayor Isko Moreno kasi tutulungan niya talaga yun. Diba? Kasi kasama doon yung Anyway, so wala na sigurong tanong, so we can ask our panel non-list here to give their final and concluding statements. Can we start with Ma'am Ellen Fulido?
Thank you so much from our Pmap for having you here, yung ating friends from media. Maraming salamat po. We really push for the end of endo. Yun naman po lagi yung position natin. Me bilang as an HR practitioner and also a member of the People Management of Association of the Philippines. Let's take care of our employees, but let us not forget also that in the course of running our business, in the course of operating the business, we also need to employ the services of contractors. So, kailangan natin yan. So, it's important that we define ano ba yung core ng business natin? What are we here for? Ano ba ginagawa natin? Ano ba yung industriya natin? So, anything that is not part of the core can be outsourced. So, hindi naman sinasabi na eliminate natin yung outsourcing service. We also need them. It's just that to be compliant with the law, kailangan yung ina-outsource mo na business is not really part of the core operations of your business. So let's push for the end of endo. And with your help, as media partners, as our friends in the media, let us help promote yung security of tenure ng employees and at the same time protect also yun namang ating mga contractors.
And the interest of the organization.
Yes, and the interest of the organization and the employees as well.
Thank you, Ellen. Yes, Leo, President Leo, Secretary, Congress or other
positions of Pmap. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for being here. Pmap as an organization is actively involved in issues that affect our workers. We are also collaborating with other organizations. We are not a standalone organization. We are a standalone organization on matters of human resource, but we collaborate with other organizations so that there's a balance between labor and management or employers. We have been doing a lot of programs to ensure that our HR practitioners are updated, with continuous learning and development. And that's why we have this annual conference. We do this every year. That will happen on July 17 to 19, and we are inviting everyone, HR and non-HR, to participate in this particular conference. We will make sure that Pmap will be a partner of the organizations, of the companies and employees toward development. Thank you so much.
Wow. Yes.
Una sa lahat, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagpapaunlak sa imbitasyon na ito na kayo ay makadaupalad namin sa maikling sesyon na to. At asahan po ninyo na ang Pmap, dahil kami ay turning 63 na po by October, and we have a very rich heritage in terms of people development. So, asahan po ninyo na kami ay mananatiling kapartner ninyo na sisiguraduhin na balansyado ang proteksyon ng ating uring manggagawa at ng mga namumuhunan. Kasi hindi po pwedeng isa lang ang titingnan natin, isa lang ang aalagaan natin. We have to keep the balance. So, ang seguridad ng isang manggagawa ay mahalaga, ngunit ang sustainability ng business ay gayon din. So, maraming salamat at katulad ng nabanggit, nais ko po sanang personal kayong imbitahan kung kayo ay makakadalo sa aming annual conference this coming July 17 to 19. We will be having it sa beautiful city of Cebu City. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, Attorney Distura.
Yeah, thank you also. Security of tenure bill is not just an employment issue. It is really a social issue. And at the same time, we get to support yung tinatawag na fight against MDO, but the government should also protect and balance the interests of the employer. Ang objective is not really protecting one side, but to be able to balance the interests of the employer and the employee. Ang purpose natin, employment generation. That's the issue. Thank you.
Thank you. And Alfred?
Ako po ay hindi Tagalog. Ilocos po ako. Taong bundok. Pero meron akong natutuwan sa panitikan at balarila sa eskwelahan. Yung salitang malasakit. Malasakit on the part of the employer and malasakit on the part of the employee. Yun na naman nasa ating kultura na kailangan natin palaging maging giya sa lahat ng ginagawa natin sa trabaho. Malasakit mula sa employer, malasakit mula sa empleyado. Lahat ng problema, mamimenos yan. So ang susunod na lang gagawin natin is pag-aralan kung ano yung mga technicalities na ini-impose ng ating mga regulators.
Okay.
Dahil nandito yung ating mga kasama sa media, i-announce ko lang po na meron po tayong annual na tinatawag na Makatawa Awards. Ang Makatawa Awards ay na-recognize natin yung contribution ng media pagdating doon sa pag-value doon sa mga tao, sa mga empleyado. So, we will soon send, no, or call for entries, no. Ito ay mga media practitioners, yung mga programa sa radyo, we have the Station of the Year, Newspaper of the Year, no. So lahat ng mga to related sa media ay bibigyan namin ng pagkakataon ang ating mga kasamahan na mag-submit ng kanilang mga nominees. Ito si Castiel.
Doon po sa Makatao Awards, magkakaroon po kami ng soft launch during the annual conference. Actually, through video lang muna. But after kasi the annual conference, we will start writing the media companies and call for nominations. Meron po kaming categories na for print, radio, and TV. So yung may mga individual awards din po, Best Public Service Host, Best Public Service Program, in all of these categories, no. Isa lang po talaga, meron po kaming special award na idinagdag, and we intend to continue with the videos that inspire people. Isa po dun sa nanalo last year, na mga nag-viral na videos. Kung napanood po nyo, yung si Maleta Boy, yun sa SM, na nagbebenta siya ng maleta.
Ma'am Ellen, parang silang mainggit. Can you tell us mga past awardees ng Makatao? Anyway, ang Makatao Awards actually an award of Pmap to those media or actually yung kanilang sinusulat o sinasabi ay
talaga, as the name implies, no, Makatao Awards. So, napaka-importante po ng role ng media dun sa pagpapahalaga sa mga tao. Kasi usually, yung mga sinusulat natin, fini-feature natin, ang laging makakakatch ng attention dyan ay yung mga stories of human interest. So, gusto ko lang muna i-highlight siguro yung so proud ako nito, yung isa sa mga nanalo last year dun sa videos that inspire people. Yun yung nga yung si Maleta King, si Sian Texon. Just recently, he was awarded a global award for being a good salesperson. Excellent, hindi nga good eh. So, dahil dun sa nag-umpisa niyang viral video na nagtitinda siya ng maleta dahil estudyante siya, nanalo siya ng Makatao Awards, and he couldn't thank us enough dun sa Pmap for giving him an award kasi nag-viral siya, pero tayo yung nagbigay ng award sa kanya na naging stepping stone niya para ma-recognize, mapadala siya sa Japan, ma-feature din siya yung story niya, at mabigyan siya ng award. Ngayon, meron na siyang sariling kotse, courtesy of the employer.
Okay, sino yung mga nanalo?
Marami na din kasi naghahalinhinan naman, GMA, TV5, RHTV, DCRH, halos lahat nanalo na PDI. Baka kasi gusto ni Sir Jesse na i-mention ko na Hall of Famer po ang PDI. Plug na po yun. So,
sa mga broadcasters, sino nanalo?
Nandyan ang Mike Enriquez, nandyan ang Deo Macalba, nandyan ang the late Manong Jotaro. So, si Naluchi Cruz Valdez, Karen sila Cara David, Robbie Alampay last year. So, halos lahat po. Jessica Soho is also a Hall of Famer. So, marami po, iba-iba pong categories. Nag-evolve na actually ang mechanics ng Makatao Awards because in the past, ang nagdo-nominate, Pmappers. I had to step in and revise the guidelines because ang dapat nag-nominate ay ang mga media partners. Because you are actually in the know kung sino ang magko-qualify or anong programa nyo ang magko-qualify for a particular category. So ang mga nominations ko ngayon ay manggagaling mismo sa inyong mga company, sa mga networks or sa print. So kayo po yung mag-nominate. Sana isa sa inyo makita ko sa awards at maparangalan din namin bilang aming partner sa Pmap Makatao Awards. This is the 9th Makatao Awards. So, ika-9 years na po ng Pmap Makatao Awards. Sana po ay suportahan nyo upang makilala din at may pakilala rin natin, kagaya ni Sian Texon na hindi lang siya nakilala ngayon sa video, nakilala na siya worldwide bilang isang magaling na empleyado ng kanyang kumpanya.
Yes, final say.
Isa lamang po ang Makatao Awards sa mabinibigay naming mga parangal. Pmap is also giving awards to the different companies. No? Meron po kaming Employer of the Year Award, and of course, People Program of the Year Award, and People Manager of the Year Award. So kung sa mga kumpanya po ninyo, iniimbitahan namin kayo na sana ay mag-nominate kayo. Baka naman yung inyong mga HR manager ay pwede nating ilagay dun sa People Manager of the Year, o yung mga programa ninyo sa HR, pwede po. No? Ito po ay hindi lamang sa pribado organisasyon. Meron po kaming for the public and private, at meron po kaming for the small enterprises and the large enterprises.
Okay.
Aden, for this year, we continue to partner with the Rotary Club of Manila. So, kami po ay kaantabay din nila sa search for the outstanding the outstanding worker of the Republic, Tower Awards, na nagkaroon po kami just last month, the 100th anniversary of the Rotary Club of Manila, the oldest Rotary Club in the country. So marami pong awards na binibigay ang Pmap, at sana isa, dalawa, o kayong lahat ay makita namin sa awards night na kayo ang aming bibigyan ng parangal. Maraming salamat po.
At this juncture, we would like to thank the Pmap staff who made this possible, including po dito si Ms. Perry Mangkoy, si Richard Amuya, si Isa, si Carol, at si Naril. Now at this time, kayo lang po ang pipicture natin. Can we ask all of you to be seated with to stand at our back at pipicture ko? Sino man magpipicture? Siguro kaya tinawag ko yung Pmap staff, kayo ang magpipicture sa amin.